Hey everyone, so today's video I'm doing something different. I am going to be showing you guys how to win matchups. In today's video I will be playing my friend Soul Sword in a practice match. I would queue ranked, but honestly I'm not really trying to lose Warlord. Anyways, so he is on his death right now. So I am going to want to spam a lot of the Immute Fusion. Already got one, don't want to blade a lot, he's a death. Bull is good, but it's a little too soon. We got a blade. That's very nice to do. Blading against a death and Oring is not bad, because if he dumps his pips too early, it's actually really not good for him, right? Got another Amoot, which is good. Very, very good. It looks like he went for a tower, which is a little bit of a mistake in my opinion. Simply because I could Fire Elf into an Ifrit, and I could bait a counter out, and then go for a triple dot, right? So we'll see. So yeah, he could mash here, but I'll just pull for a Fire Elf then. Let's see what he does. Trap Aura, good move. Good move. If I can bait him to hit us, it is actually a good thing for us, since he overextends his pips, right? So we're gonna have an aura war here. Hopefully he doesn't win it. I do have negative auras. Yeah, perfect. So we'll use those to try and get our hand together. I do have the Scion and the Ifrit all good to go already. All I'm missing is like a Fire Elf, generally, I want to say. In my opinion, he messed up here when he went for a shield. Because now I have so much leeway to play around the Fire Elf Ifrits and whatnot, right? So let's try to get that Fire Elf out of side deck if we can here. I could tower. He isn't max pips, but he could Google, which would be a good move in the scenario. So I'll do that. And try to win the Aura War. Surge is good, but I need the Elf, yeah. Okay. I mean, if I do triple dot and Peace Serve, I would be fine. If I don't, I'm kind of cooked. Probably a mash. Yep, good mash. So that's why we have to Fire Elf here. Or Wand, but Elf is better for the Ifrit combo, right? That's the important part. So let's try and get that here if we can. If not, I don't mind going for an Aura again. That's a good move, because he still has pips to Tauret, by the way, in case you're wondering. Let's do that. I do pack like 2 Elf inside, so hopefully we could get that pretty soon here. I have to click fast, because obviously he's gonna click fast too, so you know how it is. Maybe I don't need the Scion this early, matter of fact, I should have got rid of that. What is that? Okay, interesting. What is that for? I couldn't really tell you. That's different. Yeah, I mean, I could do this, but then he's probably going to... Okay, let me shield here. I know I'm getting greedy, but Fire Elf is the move. If I mute, I break the shield, and I lose my leverage, right? Yeah, I'm just not getting it, man. That's a really good wand, yeah. So no matter what, I'm gonna have to send the Amoot now. I don't want to through a -70, but we are deck filling that card we're pulling for. Got it, nice. So this is really good, because we threaten an Ifrit. However, we did not pull this quick enough, so now he could mash again or Vampire, which is actually really good as well. So we did mess up a little bit here. So this is probably the worst case scenario for y'all, which honestly is a good thing, considering I'm trying to, like, teach, you know? Probably a good thing. So yeah, his best move here would be to either Vampire or Mash, because he's worried about the next Amoot or the Ifrit, right? So we'll see what he does here. Both are really good. He went for a headless, so I'm assuming he doesn't have the mash or the vampire. So that's the next best thing he had. Either way, this or the mash or whatever, I'm still gonna triple dot because it would take all his pips to counter it, and I could just do it again and then surge and be fine, right? So I think that's the move, or is this the move, Liam? Maybe that's better. You know what I mean? Simply just because of free SM, and then I think we could reset the train with just surge and an emote into an emote, you know? Yeah, I think we need some kind of burst damage to get back in the game, because he's already hit twice, right? So it's good for him. That is good for him, I'm not gonna lie. I could just Ifrit again here, or Scion in theory, so he has to worry about that. Was that a weakness? Yep, okay. So a Dark Pact would be okay here, because again, if he Dragons, it's not the end of the world. I'm gonna get an Ice Pip to scare him, I guess. He has a Storm Pip, that's odd. That's different. I'm not sure what he's planning. Okay. Okay, I did pull the Ifrit and the Scion, but the overtimes are done now, unfortunately for us. Okay. That's fine. I could still emote into an emote, or emote into an Ifrit, whatever. It's fine. And we still have the Ifrit on him, which is good, right? So I could probably set Ifrit into an Scion. If I really want to. He passed. Interesting. So if I do that and he counters, I would probably just send a triple dot, right? Yeah, I think that is better. Because it's an open triple dot, and I could just surge and threaten him, right? I would say it's worth it. Obviously, this hit is absolutely terrible, but it's to set up another Ifrit and the Scion, right? And force him to counter. And once he counters, we do have the open emotes here, which is great, right? That's the idea. And we have Trap Auras too, which is good. I need a Surge. I do pack 5. I think I have 2 more or 3 more left somewhere. So yeah, that's a good bit of damage. Is that a Life King art, or what is that? Yeah, okay, so that's a triple clear. That's a good move. Which means we have 1 OT on him. And okay, he is healing a little bit too. So in my opinion, we could either buff here or just send a triple dot. And I think we're better off just sending a triple dot here. Because it's open, it's great damage. We're ahead this way, right? As long as I pull like an Empower or a Surge, we'll be fine. Right? He's just not going to be able to keep up. I wonder what the Storm Pip is for, though. I am genuinely curious about that. Surge, great pull, dude. I could have also played for like a Storm King art and Rain of Fire, but I don't really have to, right? Because I can just keep generating dots better than he can counter them, in a way, right? So I've already kind of got destroyed by him in a sense, but we're still winning because the matchup is pretty bad, right? Weakness again, okay. So I'm gonna try and go for a Dark Surge and keep the Trap Auras here and try to pull for a Dark Pact because that will seal the deal, right? That will seal the deal because it's too good of a hit I'll get. I'll counter the weakness, and he can't Skeletal Dragon because he'll die, right? So we're getting about 750 a turn on that unbuffed emote, which is outpacing the King art. That'll be a brace. It's the best move. Yep. Okay, so let's go ahead and Trap Aura and build some pips here. I could have freed again, but it's not worth it. I'm better off managing my pips. You know what I mean? I could do this, get more damage, potentially win the Aura War, and then combo him. We're better off that way. We'll see. And we do have the Fire Scion set up as well. We will see. He could go for another Toilet or something, but I still think we'll get an Ifrit, which is too good, you know? We'll see. Yeah, it's a really good Toilet. So now I only have 1 OT, but I do have like a... It's a little worse than an open Ifrit, but it's still Ifrit. You know what I mean? Dark Pact would be good here. I could Empower to get pips to a moot into something again. That's also not a bad idea. But I feel like triple dotting is just better, right? Because the damage will outpace the Toilet value. And he can't keep countering these. And then eventually I'll get that Scion or that Ifrit. And he'll just die, right? So he's permanently stuck on the defense here. Because he can't really go on the offense, right? And I did P-serve, so now I could Trap Aura or Blade into the Scion, right? I do have the Dark Pact now. Yeah, so he's kind of cooked here. He's kind of cooked here. Yeah, I mean, I would argue he played perfect. He didn't really shield a whole lot. I mean, he did, but I tore through my deck for the Fire Elf, which wasn't very ideal for us, unfortunately. But that's why packing Fire Elf is really important on a fire. I used to think it wasn't, but it really is important. So I need a Trap Aura here, and then we'll go for the Scion. And there should be nothing he could do, right? I might want to pull for another Elf here, if I could get it. In case he goes for like a random shield at all. We'll see. Okay, so it looks like he is going for another Brace. I think at this point, a debuffed Fire Scion will be good enough to kill. And if it's not, I could just Trap Aura and try to pull for a Wand out of it. So let's go for that. And again, there's not really anything he could do here. He's trying to like out-copy limit the dots, but the counters just aren't good enough to keep up with the triple dot creation or the Ifrits, right? Even though the Ifrits I took weren't really that great, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So I can just Trap or Wand here. I got the Wand, beautiful. And he'll just die. Nothing he could do. So yeah, I mean, I'd say he pretty much played perfectly. Even the tower wasn't bad, like I said, because I deck filled the elf. I didn't pull the elf quick enough. I guess the headless when he could have mashed or whatever would have been good. But even then, I just send the triple dot. It doesn't really matter, right? Like, it's not like he could have done a whole lot here. Yeah, I think we'll just Trap Aura and go from there. I mean, the healing is barely keeping him in, but after this round, he's cooked, right? Because I have a buffed Wand and 600 damage on him. Yeah. So I'll just Wand here, and I want to say he's dead. Yep. Could be it. I think next time I'll probably do this matchup on my death to try and showcase what you can do, you know? It really ultimately comes down to whether the death pulls their cards quick enough, I would say. But yeah, that's a good one. A good example. GG's, buddy. Yeah, I think Soul Sword's almost Warlord on his death right now, so that's good.